Hey everybody, I think a Muslim man has actually taught me to believe in God. Now I go back and forth whether or not I believe in God, and it's shaky for me. This Muslim guy I met online, he does this video and he has this argument, and I've heard other people say the same argument, and the argument was, if you found a watch on the ground or whatever, and you picked it up, you would have to know when you looked at that watch that there was a creator. No one could ever convince you that that watch just miraculously generated. Yet, people want you to believe that the earth and all the majesty and magic on the earth miraculously just generated itself, just happenstance. There would have to be a creator. I played with that back and forth, but it never really resonated with me until last night. I was thinking. Here's a couple things I was thinking. Started out with the Penn State coach and the culture at this. I know I'm going way out here. The culture at this university where a pedophile could get away with raping children and nobody did anything. And the psychologist had said, you got to understand the reality. There's this own reality existing within people's minds when they have fierce loyalty. So in this arena, there was a collective consciousness of an altered reality, one that loyalty superseded morality, and they created their own morality with their own reality. That's one thing, is our perception. I'm going to go to another thing about perception. People say there are no monsters. Your kids say, I'm scared of monsters. Well, there's no monsters. Well, a grizzly bear is a monster. He'll eat you. A tiger and lions, they're monsters. They'll eat you. Sharks are monsters. They'll eat you. They'll kill you. They'll rip you apart. But they're not monsters. Why aren't they monsters? They aren't monsters because we've identified them. We know them and we've given them a name. We've done the same with the earth. So here's what I'm thinking is, because part of my damage in not perceiving the majesty and the magic of the earth is that I take it for granted because it exists. I've given it a name. Even with God. Give God a name. God. Now I can put God in this little box. I give the earth a name. We feel that we control it. And we give it a name, just like the shark and the bear. We give them names and we put them in a place in our brain, and there's no fantasy. There's no majesty. There's nothing to worry about because we put it in a box. But I want to pull the earth out of the box, and I want to say the reason why I have a hard time believing in God and believing in a creator is because I'm damaged, because I'm here on earth taking it for granted. Now, if earth didn't exist and God was sitting talking with me and said what God was going to create, I'm going to create a land where it's going to be completely self-sustained. And it's going to last for thousands or millions of years. And all these life forms are going to come up, and there's going to be humans. And see, if we saw a watch on the ground, we'd have to assume there was a creator. We see the planet Earth, and we don't assume there's a creator. Tell me how many more times sophisticated the planet Earth is than a watch. As a matter of fact, God did better than making a watch. God made the creatures that, among other things, made the watch. Okay, so that's one. How about this? How about instead of making it a watch, if you were out in the universe and you found a box, a cardboard box, you'd have to assume there was a creator. If you found a stick of gum, you would assume there was a creator. If you were on a planet and you found 5 rocks in the shape of a circle, you would assume there was a creator. Yet, how complex is a cardboard box? How complex is an envelope? If you saw an envelope, not even the intricate workings of a watch, if you saw an envelope, you'd say, someone created this. Yet you look at the earth with our damaged eyes that don't appreciate it, who don't recognize that there was a time when this earth didn't exist. And every little thing from a bug to a plant to a bird flying by is so sophisticated and so ornate and so beautiful and amazing, and how we're here to even try to perceive it. So, and I know that when I don't believe, it's because of my skewed brain, because I put the earth in a box, and any assessments I make about the earth, I make because I'm jaded, because it's here. Any thoughts I have are all fantasy reverse engineering because it exists. Let me know what you think.